Good morning, one and all. It's Monday, June the 2nd, and the kids are at school and I'm out walking the dogs. It's a beautiful day. Had a lot of rain here lately, but today's really nice. For those of you that are following along, or at least watching the Solaris corridor, I'll be coming back to do another video. This will be part 3, and there are always tweaks along the way, and what we're going to do is we're going to work on the computer panels, or the computer components anyhow, that are going to go in the curved wall. And so we got a couple of challenges, but what I think we're going to do is use the reference image and model something somewhat similar to that. And that's going to take a good chunk of polys to do one computer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to line it up on the curved panel that the computer pieces go on, and then I'm going to instance them. So I'm going to have 5 or 6 or 7, whatever, across, okay? And then I'm going to copy that up and rotate until I get to the top. So we'll have, I can't remember how many rows of those, call it 6 rows of those things, all instanced. So the only polys that are going to be used are in the initial one. And that one I'm actually probably going to hide somewhere. I can just hide it, or I can move it underneath. And then all the ones on the panels will be instances. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those computer components and the curved wall part, and I'm going to make a collection of that. And I'm just going to copy that down and rotate it into place, because I can't get the instances to work with the displace, or the deform modifier. So I'll copy all of those in, but now they're all instanced and they're all the same. But some of those computer components are sticking out of the wall. There might be one on the floor, and if they're all instanced, I can't do that. So what I'll do is I will just select the odd instance, and then I will make that instance real and make it a single user in terms of the object and data. And then I can pull it out, and I can do that kind of thing. And that will increase the polys a little bit based on those individual ones that are not instanced anymore. So that's how we're going to handle that. And we should still be able to keep the polys relatively low with the entire corridor that we've got so far, including the computers, because it'll only be a few hundred vertices per computer one that's not instanced. The instances, of course, don't increase the poly count. And also the benefit is, I'll texture one, if I'm going to texture at all. And I think I am. That's still a little debatable. We'll texture one. And then, of course, the issue is going to be all those instances will be the same. So if I have some emissions, let's say some glowing lights or some switches that are flipped in different positions, they will all be the same. The ones that I pull out of the wall or put on the floor, I can do different things because they will be separate components, So there's just no other way around it that I can figure. So that's what we're going to do, and I still think it's going to look fine, I hope. And yeah, and we'll move on from there. There's been some talk about the door, doing the door a little different. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go into this. Of course, this was a real scene built by carpenters and electricians and stuff, and I'm trying to model this, and I don't have any measurements or anything, so the scale that I end up using and the width of the door and all that, may not be appropriate for a certain door style. You'll have to see what I mean. I've got some other tips and tricks coming for Substance Painter as well in the next little while. Some things that I think you may find helpful for creating inset panels very easily and that kind of thing. So more to come. Hopefully the computer stuff coming tonight. So I hope you'll tune in. Thanks very much.